In this video, we are going to discuss the basic use of the Eagle MicroGen frequency generator. Whenever you begin to use the frequency generator, you want to make sure that all the cables are properly attached and hooked up. In this case, the transfer box has the signal cables coming from the generator hooked up to the right side of the transfer box, and that is where your electrode patch cord is plugged into. These electrode patches, in this illustration, you would peel them off and place them on your body wherever you were instructed to do so by your practitioner. Once those are all in place, you number one want to make sure that you have your intensity dial all the way down, and then you are ready to switch the unit on. It'll take a few minutes to boot, and once it is completed, you'll see a ready signal in the lower left-hand corner. At that point, you would hit the menu button. That will take you to Open Files. You hit the Enter, and you are now at your menu of your programs. The menu will either be, or the program list will either be in alphabetical order or in numerical order. To navigate to the specific frequency you want, you would simply use the up or the down arrow. In order to skip ahead, you can use the numbers 1 through 9. For example, if you had your program list in the range of 600 or 700 programs, it would take quite a time if you just went one by one using the up or down arrow. So in that case, you would want to use one of the numbers to skip ahead or skip back to a particular area of the program list that you want to go. Obviously, number 9 would be the end of the list. Number 1 would be those closer to the A's and B's. Let's just hit 8. That takes us up to the P's. And let's say we want to go a couple notches up, and let's say we're going to use something for sinusitis. Once you see the program that you want in the screen, you would hit Enter. It would then confirm to you that the current file is sinusitis. And once you are ready to run that program, you would just simply hit the Run button. Again, pointing out, make sure that this dial is all the way down, hit the Run button, and then turn the dial up slowly until you begin to feel the current, and then just back it off a little bit. Most practitioners will recommend that as the main way to have it set at the right intensity. Again, when you turn it on, have it in the low intensity all the way down. Once it's on, turn it up slowly until you begin to feel the current, and then back it off a little bit. On the screen, it is now displaying the current frequency that is running. In this particular program, it is now running 43.770 hertz, and it shows the remaining time in your program. As it runs down, it'll end up getting to 0, and then the current will be shut off to the electrode patches. If for some reason during the process or during the middle of a session you need to take a restroom break or the phone rings and you want to pause the program, you would simply hit key number 9 that says pause underneath it. You depress it once, and as you can see, I didn't do it. Here we go. Press it once and it pauses it. The time is frozen, and when you come back, you simply depress the number 9 key again, and it picks up from where you left off. Once the current has stopped coming to the electrode patches, that you're at the end of your program, then it's always a good practice to simply reach up and turn the intensity all the way down so the next person has it set in the right position. And then simply push the button to the right, and that shuts the power off to the unit. Might also point out that if you do use that pause button, always remember to disconnect yourself from the unit, undo the electrode patches so you don't end up walking away and dragging the whole unit off the table.